What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 2 of NBA Super Teams volume number 2. Fresh off the presses of the last video, I bring to you yet another video because, as I mentioned, I do this all the time. Just super teams, and I like to face them up against each other. My super team in this draft was Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, and Andre Drummond. And the other team, as you can tell, has Larry Bird in it, and Anthony Davis. It's just a popular combo in the rosters that I use. But yes, super teams. It's one of my favorite modes, and I intend to keep doing it. Again, I didn't show the draft on this one because this was a previously created super team, so I thought I'd just play the game anyway. Bring it to you guys for enjoyment. Just sit back, enjoy this 10-11 minute video, whatever it is, and let's see who wins this competitive game between two crazy super teams. As you see, my competitors, you got Hardaway, you got Tyson Chandler, you got Anthony Davis, and you got Larry Bird. I mean, some pretty crazy stuff. And I also got Kyle Lowry, as I mentioned before. I really like this team because I have a very, very, very defensive front. As you see, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, a very, very strong 1-2. As you see, Tyson Chandler just dominating in the paint. So I thought this would be a very defensive team. But the main purpose of this team, as you see over here, Kevin Durant getting blocked majorly, and then leading to a J.R. Smith one-handed flush in transition. You gotta love stuff like that. But yes, Kevin Durant, with the news about Kevin Durant going to Golden State, I mean, even Adam Silver himself spoke out against this. It's pretty crazy stuff. A lot of people are thinking that they're going to coast to the finals. I personally don't think so. Keep in mind, there's only one basketball, and now you have to separate shots. As you see, a beautiful cut from Jimmy Butler. But now you have to separate a single ball in between four prominent players who each, I mean, this is just a beautiful alley-oop anyway, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as a lot of people expect it to be, basically, is what my point is. I mean, we see the Heat, they didn't win their first year together, and then that's Rasheed Wallace, by the way, and we didn't see, the 73-win Warriors did not win a title. So, super team this, super team that, we shall see, as we see a beautiful shot release here by Kevin Durant. But as I mentioned before, I just show a replay because Kevin Durant's so silky smooth. I mean, he's just so silky smooth. And also, Brooklyn Nets, I mean, if you know my channel, there's two teams that I mainly follow. It's the Los Angeles Clippers, because I work for them, and the Brooklyn Nets, my favorite team of all time ever since I was a little kid. The New Jersey Nets with Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, you know who it is. You know what it is. So I thought I would put Kevin Durant on Brooklyn. And yes, we all know that Jay-Z asked Kevin Durant to consider the pitch from the Brooklyn Nets, as you see a beautiful three at the end of the first, tying the game from Jimmy Butler. But yeah, I really, obviously he wasn't going to meet with the Brooklyn Nets. This is a beautiful move, by the way. Gotta love the step back jumper in 2K16, my bad. I love tapping that X button, doing that little fade to the back and hitting that jumper, especially with guys like Kevin Durant. It works flawlessly, and it really is amazing when you get the game down, especially on the Hall of Fame difficulty. It's a beautiful up and under from Andre Drummond. But yeah, a little greedy as a fan for myself, but I wanted Kevin Durant to be on the Brooklyn Nets, so I thought I'd make a little video of it. Like I mentioned, this is super teams. So let's get into the actual game. As we see Kawhi Leonard, the best defensive player in the league, just trying to dunk this over J.R. Smith, clearly gets fouled, and no call, but he ends up making the pseudo dunk. Anyway, pretty stupid for the refs not to call that, but what are you going to do? We are losing here, keep in mind, by 5 points, as Kawhi Leonard with a crazy one-handed dunk off the beautiful pick and the screen. You got to love stuff like that, but here we go with, we got Hardaway and we got Davis. We got Anthony Davis, I mean, one of the best power forwards in the league. It's just hard to say, again and again. This is what I was facing this whole game. As you see, the score is ramping up, but I managed to pull it back over here. 50-56 is the score. I'm passing it off to Kawhi Leonard, who gets an and one over Larry Bird, and he draws the foul. This is a very interesting matchup, by the way. Keep in mind, as you see all the players on the team, or on both teams, excuse me. There are some really good matchups over here. You have Kawhi Leonard guarding Larry Bird. Think about that. Just think about that. That's so insane. And you got Kyle Lowry at the 1. I put Kevin Durant at the 4. specifically because I thought that would be the best matchup because Kevin Durant, 6'9", 6'10". He can't be guarded, and he's the height of a power forward, but he plays like a guard. So I thought that you put any shooting guard on him or any power forward on him, and it's going to be an automatic mismatch. That's why I placed him at the 4. That's the idea of this team. It's a very defensive team centered around a lot of versatile players, and obviously Andre Drummond, who's pretty good on his own right. As you see right over here, Andre Drummond with a beautiful two-handed slam in the paint, dominating like no other. 63-68 is the score. I lose the ball over here with Kawhi Leonard, just pump faking up a storm, and I end up getting the and 1. I mean, you gotta love stuff like that. I will take it 9 out of 10 times. Here, I'm not really sure why I pump faked, but I ended up getting it. As you see, a 15-6 run. Now we are back at it. Tie. This was a close game throughout, ladies and gentlemen, and close games are my specialty. I love them. Who doesn't love a close game in the NBA, especially in 2K? But this was a stupid pass, leading it right off to Rasheed Wallace, who's coming off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. And we end up giving the point away. Again, a very closely contested game throughout. I mean, just incredible stuff. 76-74 is the score, and Rasheed Wallace launches a 3, and he ends up making it. But we have a few seconds left to go. Yes, that is Isaiah Thomas at the backup 1, and we have J.J. Redick launching a 3, one of the best three-point shooters of the league last year, or, well, is it still this year? I'm not too sure. Last season. J.J. Redick was an absolute beast. As you see, heading into the 4th and final quarter, we are leading by just 2 points. And got to make something happen over here. This was a clear mismatch. Kevin Durant on Tyson Chandler. I mean, we're just going to run right past him. Still a 1-point game, looking to make something happen with this incredible super team. Yes, that's Rudy Gobert passing it off to Chandler Parsons. I mean, here's what happens when you do super drafts or when you do super teams in the draft. You get a lot of great players who come off the bench. That's just what it is. And I have David Lee, Rudy Gobert, and not Anthony Davis, Isaiah Thomas, J.J. Redick, all these guys coming off the bench. I mean, that could be a starting lineup in and of itself. But we are leading here by 4 points, 4th quarter. 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the entire game. As you see, they make a pretty good pass and lead it for the bucket. 92-90 is the score. I have the ball with Kevin Durant, trying to make something happen. I push forth into the paint, and I get the nice little lay-in, leading by 4. Looking to close out this game, get the W. Again, Hall of Fame difficulty. Super teams, no doubt. I mean, these are the best players in NBA 2K16 facing off against each other, as we see Jimmy Butler with a beautiful give and go, or a beautiful pass from Kevin Durant. Another mismatch. It seems to me like the Hawks put Tyson Chandler on Kevin Durant, and I'm not really sure why, but I took advantage of that. You already know what it is. I took advantage of that immediately. Kevin Durant with a nice steal. We are leading by 7 points with only 2 minutes left to go in the game. And then this happens. Do I even need to say anything? That, stuff like that happens. You're prone to mistakes, but especially late in the game. And another mistake, a steal, and then an errant pass. Oh, and then leading to a wide open jumper. I mean, you watch this back. For me personally, I played this game, and watching it back is kind of rough. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this game. I can't stand it when I lose, and I'm just making stupid mistakes. I had a 7-point lead, ladies and gentlemen. Now I only have a 3-point lead. Poor defense leading to the wide open shot. Now I only have a 1-point lead. What am I gonna do? I ended up scoring on a couple free throws, but Larry Bird has the ball, and it rolls in so close. 102 to 101. I'm looking to do something. I pass the ball. I get a foul. And I better make these free throws. I end up making a few. They're losing by 3, and they're looking to make something happen. Larry Bird runs to the three-point line, and he sinks the crazy shot. Game tied. I got to do something. I call a timeout, and excessive timeouts. Technical foul with 2.6 seconds left. Game tied, 104-104. Larry Legend to the line. I'm pretty sure, spoilers or no spoilers, it's Larry Bird, and if you know anything about basketball, the guy's a good shooter. So I end up missing. They get the ball. He shoots it up. And ladies and gentlemen, I lose this game due to excessive timeouts and poor ball management in the late in the fourth. And that's it. I mean, you know, it was a crazy loss. I should have won, and I ended up giving it away. I mean, Tim Hardaway with 23 points and 15 assists. Crazy stuff. But if anything, this video should show you that you shouldn't take the CPU easily, and you shouldn't take any leads for granted. You know, I did lose this game, and it does happen. 2K is not an easy game, especially on Hall of Fame. A lot of people lose. I'm just going to post it anyway. I thought this was a great game. A lot of cool stuff happened in the fourth. But either way, I ended up with the L. Kevin Durant with 30 points, Kawhi Leonard with 19, Jimmy Butler with 18, Kyle Lowry with 14, Andre Drummond almost with the double-double. It didn't matter, though. Either way, I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, this is the second installment of NBA Super Teams. I have more Bucks franchise coming shortly. If you guys enjoyed the video, please, before you leave, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see anything else from me in the future. And I will see you in my next video.